Live for NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series, season number 4 Daytona, season opener, first practice. And we're here tonight, ready to go at the Daytona International Speedway for Xfinity Series, first practice. Daytona Speed Weeks officially start tonight. And we'll have Xfinity practice here, first of all, here at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, of course, coming up later tonight, it's 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time is the hour-long Daytona 500 opening practice session for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series in season number 4. And we are officially all up and running here from the Daytona International Speedway, welcoming you live. Once again, this is the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series. And we are ready to go here tonight. So, of course, once again, we welcome you in live. It's the first Xfinity race of the year. We're going to see a lot of new faces that we already saw in preseason Thunder, but we're still going to get a good idea of what's going to go on. This is the first of 2 Xfinity Series practice sessions for the Daytona season opener. And it all kickstarts this week. So it is officially Daytona Speed Weeks in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League once again. And here we go from Daytona. So, of course, this race will be run on a Friday night, April 25th. First of 2 practice sessions. The next practice session for the Xfinity Series will be on Thursday night. So Xfinity does have a bit of a break. It was originally scheduled to be Tuesday for the opening practice session, but there will be no events happening Tuesday for some certain reasons. But we are officially here, moving up Xfinity Series practice here on Monday night. And here we go from the World Center of Racing, welcoming you live for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series in Daytona. Cars are on track from the Daytona International Speedway. As Richard Cherry will give us a quick second, makes his way down the back straightaway. And into 3 and 4 once again. Don't mind my name up there. For some reason, I gotta check why iRacing decided they were gonna force me to actually enter into the session rather than just watch it. So I don't really know what was going on there. I'll have to look at some of the other settings. As Cherry here heads down the front straightaway. In his first full-time Xfinity Series season, he was part-time in both Cup and Xfinity. He was just announced a couple of days ago that he'll be full-time in Xfinity here in the 29 Chevrolet for Team Chevy Motor Club. So he should be a strong contender here in season number 4. Down the back straightaway in the 3 and 4 goes that 29 of Richard Cherry. So once again, still just getting started here from Daytona. Across the line goes that 29 machine. And he will back it down. All right, there's the 28 on the apron. You got 2 cars working their way down the back straightaway. That is the 64 of CJ Urban and the 90 of Eli Tomlin. Into turns 3 and 4 they go. And down that front straightaway yet again. So far, Tomlin top of the board. You got Erdman there in second. Cherry currently rounds out in top 3.
Man, Eli Tomlin just ripping around here like a ball eagle.
Yeah, nice try, Cole Clausen.
Cole Clausen.
As here's Ashton Miller getting pushed by Cherry. And you got the 3 of Cameron Chandler back there as well. So Cameron Chandler, of course, your defending Xfinity Series champion. He'll be full-time in the Cup Series this season. As they make their way to 3 and 4. So, of course, it's opening Xfinity Series practice. Here is Christian Herklotz down the front straightaway in his first full-time Xfinity year for Team Chevy Motor Club. He'll be looking to gain some momentum heading into the first race of the season in Daytona on Friday night. Got the 28 of Ashton Miller moving to the outside here with Cherry and Chandler as well. So it's Cameron Chandler, top of the board so far. He won at Daytona in the regular season finale in Xfinity last season. See German rolling off. He got the 9 slow on the back straightaway. Here is the 5 of Michael Gregory. Oh, crash here. Chandler involved with Ashton Miller. So a couple cars go around. You got Herklotz in the 11 pitting. There's the 28 of Miller currently on pit road. You got others down here as well. And that 5 machine heading down the front stretch. You got Maddox Beard in the 8. He's the new full-time driver in the number 8. Chevrolet for Team Chevy Motor Club. That car, of course, won the championship last season with Cameron Chandler. Got CJ Erman right ahead of him there in that 94. And more cars rolling off pit road as Cole Wilson now in the number 22 Chevrolet for Chandler Wilson Racing. A brand new formed race team and a brand new number for the driver of the 22. Cole Wilson, of course, used to drive the 12 car, his iconic number 12 for Cole Wilson, now in the 22 machine. Connor Aswell in the 78. Of course, he's full-time in Cup this season, making one of his select Xfinity Series starts. So, of course, all Xfinity Series, or all Cup Series regulars, I should say, will get 8 select starts if they would choose to make on the season. And that's how it will work for these Cup Series drivers racing in Xfinity this year. As they're 3 wide heading down the front straightaway. Miller on the inside. You got Cole Wilson in the middle. Connor Aswell up to the outside lane. 3 by 3 down this front stretch yet again. Here is Wyatt Youngblood rolling onto the back straightaway in his 65. He was full-time in Cup last season. Moves down to full-time now to the Xfinity Series. Chandler moves up to the outside now in front of that 22 machine to give a bit of a block as they're side-by-side heading through the tri-oval here at Daytona. So about 15 minutes to go, just still getting started. It's Christian Herklotz, top of the board so far at the World Center of Racing. For opening practice for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series, season number 3. I'm sorry, still stuck on season 3 somehow. Season number 4, race in Daytona. First of 2. And of course, Cup Series practice for the season number 4 Daytona 500. That opening practice session, first of 3 for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series coming up next. After we're done here with these Xfinity cars in Daytona. As Cole Wilson makes a big lock up to the outside in front of that 3 of Cameron Chandler. Then you got Cherry coming high as well. And they're 3 wide through the tri-oval yet again. Still 3 by 3 heading into 1 and 2. This kind of action you're going to see in the race is one car getting loose. That's the 22 of Cole Wilson. He will fall back right in front of his, I guess, partner, Cameron Chandler, both those owners of Chandler Wilson Racing. Ahead of him, there is Matthew White in the 2. Oh, contact! It's Herklotz and Chandler making contact. 49 minutes to go here, so still just getting started from the World Center of Racing, but they're having a bit of a nice pack going on. Side by side and sometimes 3 wide. They head down the front stretch yet again. Catching up to the 2 of Matthew White. Of course, Xfinity will have its race during the busiest day of NASCAR iRacing FedEx League Speed Weeks. That's, of course, when we'll have Cup Series final practice for the Daytona 500. And then we'll have the truck race, first race of the 5 race challenges. There goes Cole Wilson, hard on the wall for that 22 machine. He absolutely takes a big lick. The Alex Ashton Miller, there's the 2 of Matthew White, the 11 of Christian Herklotz, and the 3 of Cameron Chandler. But like I mentioned, Xfinity will be part of that 3 doubleheader for races, 3 events on that day with Cup final practice, the truck race at Daytona, and then, of course, the Xfinity Series Daytona season opener. And you don't want to miss it, of course, all leading up to Saturday night's running of the Daytona 500 in Season 4 for the Cup Series. NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series drivers had a week off last week after their clash from the Monza Oval. As they head back into 1 and 2. Oh! Nearly a loose moment for that 5 of Gregory. Big block up to the outside, in the wall! Tomlin gets spun on the back straightaway. He collects his teammate, C.J. Erdman, and Erdman's going to take a massive shot into the wall. Of course, C.J. Erdman, full-time in Xfinity this season. Eli Tomlin is full-time in the Cup Series once again for his 2nd straight season in Cup. Both those part of Clear High Racing. Big group of cars heading down the front straightaway here, currently led by Herklotz. You got Trenton Wilkin rolling off. Oh! Nearly contact at 11. 2 of White all over his bumper. Now he'll go to the outside, trying to side draft his quarter panel. Oh, contact once again. With 45 minutes remaining here in Daytona, opening practice for the Xfinity Series. Oh, the 11 got loose. Side by side here once again, and the 2 is up to the outside. That's Matthew White. Oh, trouble! Spinning into the grass is Cole Wilson in that 22. If you can actually get to him, there we go, finally. You see a 4-car group here into 1 and 2. All right, so 15 drivers over the line putting down a lap so far here. Oh, we got one upside down, and that's Matthew White. They all avoid him somehow. I don't really understand why he's in the middle of the track down there. But anyways, we got more cars rolling off the pit road. Led by Logan Giesbrecht, who still hasn't wrapped this car. Still in that test machine for whatever reason. And he will be blocked and cleared by Moon. No, the 9 in the middle. As they're 3 wide here down the front straightaway yet again. They already had an hour of preseason thunder here in Daytona, and then of course 2 additional hours at USA Speedway and Portland International Raceway. Moving block down to the inside on Giesbrecht. Oh, in the wall. Logan Giesbrecht, he spun onto the back straightaway, and he's into the wall once again with damage on the 80 Chevrolet. Go through your top 10 running orders so far here in practice. It is Maddox Beard, Trenton Wilkin, Christian Herklatz, Cameron Chandler, Ashton Miller, Cole Wilson, Michael Gregory, Richard Cherry, Wyatt Youngwood, and C.J. Erdman for your top 10. They all go up to the outside. Contact is made. The 8 of Maddox Spirit is sideways. We also get the 11 of Wilkin down low as well. 29 are nearly into the wall, and they all will somehow save it for the most part. Some more pushes up to the outside with Wilson and Chandler. Chandler goes down to the inside. Help from that too, Matthew White. So definitely getting some good practice in, everybody working together well, getting ready for Friday night's Daytona season opener for the Xfinity Series. Oh, just as I say that, they still somehow all save it. Maybe Cole Wilson's loose, he saves it again. Good action going on here on the back straightaway once again as now Cherry moves down to the inside of White. Ooh, White is loose. Up on that high line. Into 2. No Chandler. He is sideways. Everybody's sideways. And they're going to finally come together. Now they're wrecking down the front straightaway. 3 cars spinning here in the grass. He also got more, the rest of them up into the wall. And Wilkin is going to just slam into them. And in the wall goes Wilkin. 24 here of Rivera on pit road currently. And here is your defending Xfinity Series regular season champion, Connor Asbell, there in the 78. He's leading that line, of course, like we mentioned earlier, full-time in the Cup Series for Season 4. Oh my God, a vicious crash here with Asbell. There is Giesbrecht as well. You got Andrew Stacy currently on pit road. He's also one of these drivers that is going to be full-time in the Cup Series, moving up from Xfinity. So 3 of your final 4 drivers are moving up to the Cup Series from the Xfinity Series Championship for last season. They are, of course, Connor Asbell, Cameron Chandler, and that 96 of Andrew Stacy. The only one staying in Xfinity is Cole Wilson. But he switches numbers and teams to the 22 Chevrolet with Chandler Wilson Racing. So championship 4, all in new places for this season number 4. And new talent will cycle in and look for new championship contenders up here. I would say just based off speed last season and speed overall in the history of the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League, I would choose Richard Cherry and Cole Wilson as 2 of my championship favorites. We could throw a couple of underdogs into there as well. Oh, in the wall, and crashing down the back straightaway goes Miller. Then Ina Moon involved as well. And oh my god, a vicious crash. Upside down is that 28. And he's still making a barrel roll down the back straightaway into the grass. They came together in 3 and 4, it looks like. Oh. Oh my god. A terrible, terrible crash. Oh, wow. That was a nasty one. And lots of cars rolling here off pit road. This is going to be interesting as they come off the pits. So this is under the lights here. This is what it's going to be for the actual race, of course. These Xfinity cars will run under the lights after the trucks get done at approximately 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Trucks will start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It is not exact. If trucks runs a bit long for whatever reason, that will be changed up. But as of now, it is 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the start time for the Xfinity Series race. Oh, in trouble. That is Maddox Spirit in the 8 going sideways. He gets hit, and there they go, all piling up into the wall. Multiple cars involved as they crash here down in the 1 and 2. So it's that time of year again, once again, for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. The 4th Daytona Speed Weeks is underway. And we got a brand new series to add to it. Of course, the IndyCar iRacing FedEx Series will be running in 2 days' time at the Daytona Road Course. Youngblood in that 65 got a little loose. As they head down to 1 and 2. Oh, in the wall goes that 65 of Wyatt Youngblood, and he is just able to keep it out of the way of some of your clear high racing machines, Tomlin and Erdman, I should say. 5 cars run single file here down the front stretch. We're here sitting on pit road. So some oh my god, can't talk. Some single file action here on the back straightaway, as you can see. As there they go, spinning. The line. Got sideways. Another getting collected here once again to get the 90 of Tomlin involved. He collects his teammate C.J. Erdman. And it's a melee here in the grass. Oh my God, a horrific crash. Cameron Chandler up and over. And that was a terrible one from the looks of it. Wow. Nasty, nasty flip by Cameron Chandler. Oh. Oh my God, that was bad with that 2 machine. Oh. Klotz in the 11 absolutely ran through him. As you got Ryan Davis here in pit road currently, and more starting to roll off. All right, here's the 88 of Hinton coming onto the track. And big group of cars rolling here in Daytona. Oh, big wreck on the back straightaway. Once again, multiple spinners, and it is a terrible crash here. So it's definitely hard to get up to speed without, doing that without 25 other cars. Oh my God. They pile up here once again. All right. And down the front straightaway goes that 24. So with 30 minutes to go, we're halfway. Usually don't do this, but TV is going to take about a 10-minute break. You'll see all the action on the track. Just going to take a break from the booth here, and we'll see you in about 10 minutes here once again for Xfinity Series practice. But just enjoy the action on track on your screen. We'll see you there. We welcome you back to the Daytona International Speedway, here with 10 minutes to go in Xfinity Series opening practice at the World Center of Racing. Currently, Eli Tomlin top of the board. You got Maddox Beard currently in second place. CJ Ehrman currently third. As you get a group of cars heading down the back straightaway, about 7 or so of those machines. You get Ashton Miller leading the inside line. Behind there, that is the 88. And then you got the 22 of Cole Wilson. He's got Matthew White on his back bumper. There's Christian Herklotz and the 3 of Cameron Chandler. 9 minutes to go in Daytona, opening practice for the Xfinity Series. So let's go through your top 10 so far. It is Maddox Beard, who just went top of the board, Wyatt Youngwood, Muston, Tomlin, Erdman, Sherry, Herklotz, Rivera, Wilson, White, and Davis. As they head on to the back straightaway once again. So single file action currently, as you can see, about 8 or so cars. Let's look through the pack. There's Ryan Davis currently on pit road. You got a 4-car group going here in the 1 and 2. That is led by the 94 of CJ Ehrman. Then you get the 96 Vander Stacy there as well, and that 90 machine on his bumper. You get the 24 of Rivera and that Chevrolet. So those are 4 cars from the Clear High Racing team. You got side-by-side action here. The 88 of Hinton to the outside. You got Matthew White on the inside as well. Christian Herklotz there high as they continue to practice with 8 minutes to go in Daytona. Oh, hard to the wall. Ashton Miller up on his lid, upside down into the wall. And he is back on all 4 wheels with 7 minutes to go here in Daytona. Season opening practice. First practice session of the season for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series. Welcome back here into Daytona International Speedway. It's 6 minutes to go in opening practice for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series as they get set for their first race of the season from the World Center of Racing. So Chevrolet here of CJ Ehrman. You got Toyota Supra of Wyatt Youngblood, the 91 of Ryan Davis here on the inside as well. Then you got the 28 of Ashton Miller and the 22 of Cole Wilson with his new team, Chandler Wilson Racing. Both owned by Cameron Chandler and Cole Wilson. Cole Wilson returning for his 3rd full-time Xfinity Series season. He has been in 2 championship 4s, of course, in the past. Came up short both times. As crash from the front straightaway, multiple cars go around again. The 94 of Erdman, the 8 of Maddox Beard, the 2 of Matthew White, And the 28 of Ashton Miller is the 24. The 94 of Erdman takes a shot into the wall with 5 minutes to go here in Daytona. As Cole Wilson goes out to the front. He is leading that line. He's down at the inside. He's got the 96 of Andrew Stacy on his bumper. Cole Wilson apparently has a lot of fans in the stands tonight. As they're 3 wide, Cole Wilson gets split down the front straightaway. You got Wyatt Youngblood back on the outside as well. Starting to commentate like this is an actual race. We've got 4 minutes left to go in practice. Contact is made. The 54 mutes it into the door of the 78 of Connor Asbell. You got the 3 of Cameron Chandler up on the outside as well. Still 3 wide down this back straightaway, 3 by 3 as they go about 2 rows deep. Oh, trouble! In the wall, the 65. He gets hit by Chandler. They're spinning up to the outside. Got the 90 of Tomlin involved. The 11 of Hertglotz. And they're crashing here once again. Andrew Stacy with Connor Asbell as they got a wreck here through the tri-oval out of turn 4. As Cole Wilson is destroyed. He is hitting the wall once again. 3 minutes to go in Daytona, season opening practice for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series. All right, so cars here on pit road. So it's definitely been an entertaining session so far. Wrapping up happy hour practice for Xfinity Series. So Cameron Chandler leading that inside lane. You get Ryan Davis on his bumper as they all prepare for their season opening race. The Xfinity Series season openers haven't always delivered. We've had 2 photo finishes in a row in Season 2 and Season 3. Then in Season number 1, a couple of years ago, we had an insane finish where they all wrecked down in 3 and 4, and it ended up with Ethan McMillan with the trophy at the end of that night. We might have a couple of post-session interviews here to get through after the session is over. 2 minutes remaining here in Daytona. So a 3, oh, trouble! Cole Wilson to the wall. He's getting tagged by that 8 of Maddox Beard, and now Cole Wilson nearly upside down. He gets hit once again, and he spins down in 1 and 2. Oh, Andrew Stacy got together with the 90 of Tomlin. Erdman rolling here on the back straightaway. Cameron Chandler is in the wall. And, ooh, there's Davis getting hit. Yeah, you got the 94 of Erdman back there as well. As Cole Wilson, I think he's going to have to learn how to drive pretty soon. He's been pretty terrible this session so far. We've seen a lot of wrecked race cars by that 22, and it's a brand new race team. They definitely cannot afford this. So Cole Wilson definitely going to have to clean it up once the race time comes around. And, of course, second practice for the Xfinity Series coming up on Thursday. .49 seconds to go in Daytona. They're 3 wide down the back straightaway in the 3 and 4. Connor Asbell gets a bad push. He's getting turned, and he's into Ashton Miller. And this is basically going to wrap up the session with just about 30 seconds to go. finishing up Xfinity Series opening practice from Daytona. Oh, there goes the 11 of Herklotz. He's in the wall with the 2 of Matthew. Well, you got a tire coming off. It is rolling through 1 and 2. That's a Goodyear tire as it rolls out of frame. 8 seconds to go. 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Practice is over for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series in Daytona. That will wrap up happy hour practice for the season for Xfinity Series race. Of course, next practice for Xfinity in a couple days' time, as Cole Wilson going to get turned around here once again as he spins. And Cole Wilson going to near, and he will tear up another race car. Unfortunate night so far for Cole Wilson. And that will do it, Xfinity Series practice. And that will wrap up the hour-long practice session. Let's take you through your top 20 runners. So, of course, Maddox Beard, great start to his weekend. He is top of the board. Wyatt Youngblood in P2. Houston, a great start. He is P3. That is your podium. Then you got Tom and Erdman teammates. Chandler, Herklotz, Wilson, White, Wilson, Hilton, rounding your top 10. Cheery, Miller, Rivera, Wilkin, Giesbrett, Gregory, Moon, Stacy, and Davis, rounding out your top 20. So that will do it for Xfinity Series happy hour practice in Daytona. Let's see if we have any interviews. Of course, Cup Series practice coming up next for the Daytona 500. And we may have, we're going to take 2 interviews here. So the first 2 that go in, we will take. Kind of short on time here. All right. So now for a post-session interview, it's going to be Eli Tomlin. He came home 4th in the session, so he had a great session, came home P4. So Eli Tomlin, you guys have been pretty solid with these Xfinity cars at super speedways in the past with your team, Clear High Racing. So you come on P4, you got CJ Ehrman up there in the top 5 with you guys. So how are you feeling with the speed on your race cars, one practice session in for Xfinity?
I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to say. I felt like me and CJ were able to work really good together when we were nose to tail, and then me and Andrew, for some reason, we struggled nose to tail. It was good to get Matthew working in with the team some tonight and having us all running in a 5 to 6 car pack, but it's those front ends is just tough to get them lined up.
All right, so did you guys learn anything from this practice session? It was a bit chaotic, as always, for practice sessions, but did you guys learn anything you can take into account for the Xfinity Series season opener coming up later this week?
I think so, man. Other than wreck avoidance, which is obvious, we were able to find that with these cars now, if you get on the right rear, even if there's 3 cars lined up underneath you, if you can get on the right rear, right on exit, you can slingshot by cars with the side draft like crazy. So I think that's going to be something we're all going to try to use if we can get lined up and maybe make some moves late in the race on Friday night.
All right, well, nice job in the session coming on P4 with your teammate CJ Urban in P5, and we'll see you in Daytona for the Xfinity Series season opener.
Yeah, appreciate it, Ethan. Thanks, man.
Of course, that was Eli Tomlin. Coming up next is going to be driver top of the board, Maddox Beard. Hey, he had a great session, and we'll get him in here for a post-session interview. So Maddox Beard, top of the board here in Xfinity Series opening practice from the Daytona International Speedway. So you guys taking over from the defending series champion Cameron Chandler in the 8 car for Team Chevy Motor Club. So you got a big shoes to fill, but you're starting off very strong here, going top of the board. So what was it like out on the racetrack, and what did you guys learn that you can take into account for Friday night's Xfinity Series race?
Yeah, I mean, felt pretty good in the drafts. Just gotta remember not to push too hard in these Xfinity cars, or honestly, it's gonna be end up in a wreck. But in the time we did get in the draft, I felt pretty good. Yeah, big shoes to fill with Cameron just winning the championship. I think I can do okay. And I'm hoping to do better than last season. But yeah, I think I've got some good data from today, and I think I can do pretty good at the race. Oh, yeah.
All right, so of course, still nice job going top of the board, and we will see you in the Xfinity Series race coming up later this week.
Yeah.
All right. So coming up next is going to be Cole Wilson. He's going to be coming in here for an interview, and he came home P9. So Cole Wilson, you round out in here in P9. So it definitely looks like a bit of a messy session for you guys. You tore up a lot of race cars, but what ultimately did you guys learn?
Oh, yeah, you want to talk tearing up race cars, but I tore up a lot for your team last year. But yeah, we spent 15 minutes trying to get a picture, and we still couldn't end up getting it lined up, which was a little sad. But we learned nothing. We wrecked a lot, and we had fun.
So, Cole, you had a couple of fans here rooting you on here
Oh, I
tonight.
did. I did not look at that.
So, what do you want to say to your fans here that rooted for you here tonight?
Oh, I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you, and we're gonna beat Ethan Trundler on Sunday.
Yeah, nice try, Cole Wilson.
I don't see any
Ethan
fans.
Trendler winning. Ethan Trendler winning. Nice try. Coming up next is going to be Cameron Chandler, came home 6th in the session. So Cameron Chandler, P6 here in the session. You're part-time here in the Xfinity Series this season, but and then full-time, of course, in the Cup Series, as you won the Xfinity Series title last year, as you obviously know. So what did you guys learn here at this incredible racetrack in Daytona?
Yeah, I mean, we just learned that we won the championship, had no idea. So, yeah, we're just glad this time that we got brought into the interview booth because last season we requested an interview and Ethan Trundler very rudely ignored that request. So, good to be here.
Okay, Cameron Chandler. So unfortunately, your driver Cole Wilson tore up a lot of race cars here tonight, and there's gonna be a
Yeah, he's
big.
awful.
What do you say to your driver Cole Wilson as the amount of cars that he crashed today was unbelievable?
Yeah, it's a good thing Cole Wilson co-owns the team, so he's going to be paying for every single one of those cars he destroyed. And yeah, we don't Cole Wilson doesn't make profit, but I do, so that's good.
All right. Nice try, Cameron Chandler, and we'll see you coming up
What?
here for Cup Series practice.
What do you mean nice try? Yeah, Lively's custom diecast, official
Nope.
die.
Nope. All right. Coming up next here is going to be Andrew Stacy, came on P18. Andrew Stacy, kind of a quiet session for you guys here tonight here for Xfinity Series opening practice. So, of course, you're full-time in the Cup Series this upcoming season. So what did you guys learn here that you can use in your Xfinity Series race that'll be coming up here on Friday night?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be running that Xfinity Series Daytona to help out the team. I learned a lot about. I've known these cars. I know they push somewhat pretty badly in the case of like my opinion, but yeah, I learned that I'm a bad pusher. I learned that I gotta keep temperature, and I learned that I can split the track 5 wide middle.
All right, so we got Cup Series practice coming up next. So, of course, it's your first full-time Cup Series season coming up. So, what do we expect out of you here coming up here in Cup Series practice? Do you think you're going to work with your teammates, or do maybe something else?
Probably work with my teammates. I'm definitely gonna have some fun with the pit parties at the end, maybe. But yeah, I think working with teammates is the best way to use all this practice time we get with the new rules with FedEx, and I think it's really good.
All right, well, still nice job on the session here tonight, and we'll see you in Cup Series opening practice for the Daytona 500 coming up. So that will do it for Xfinity Series opening practice from the World Center Racing. Join us in about 10 or so minutes at this point for Cup Series opening practice for the Season 4